Shalom. All praise is due to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Racha Kwadash, the honestly elect apostle, bishops, elders at Great Millstone and Ruel. Shalom to like Akyat dead who's work in sincerity and truth and not for vainglory in season out of season. Okay. Few sisters that follow after the apostles, Great Millstone, bishops, elders, and brothers. Okay, I just want to bring this out in Maccabees. I'll just go right to it. This is First Maccabees, the first chapter and 11th verse. Okay. It says, "In those days went there out of Israel wicked men." You know, so Israel represents you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You know, but it's talking about the so-called black man. Okay. Wicked men. Why were they wicked? Okay. Who persuaded many, saying, "Let us go and make a covenant with the heathen." And that's why they were wicked. Okay. You know, because they want to make a covenant. You know, they want to make an agreement with the heathen. You know, which at that time, this is talking about Antiochus. Okay. If you read up, matter of fact, let me read this. "And there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes, son of Antiochus the king, which was a Greek," which is a so-called white man. He was calling himself a Greek at that particular time, Esau. Okay, a so-called white man, Greek, son of Antiochus the king, who had been an hostage at Rome, so-called other white people, Esau. And he reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks. So yeah, you're talking about so-called white man Greeks. Okay. "And in those days went there out of Israel wicked men, so-called Negroes, who persuaded many," and they persuaded many, you know, they persuaded many, you know, they went and listen, yo, why don't we just, why don't we just go making a, why don't we make a, why don't we make a covenant with the heathen, yo, why don't we make a covenant with the heathen? To do what? To do wickedness, to leave the law, statutes, and commandments, and to serve the other gods of the Greeks. Okay. "Let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow." And it's the same thing back then that happened, and it's the same thing that's going to happen now, and the same thing that has happened now, you know, especially when an RFID chip comes out. Because, you know, if you make an agreement with the heathen, which is a so-called white man, okay, that's going to bring this RFID chip out, which is the mark of the beast mentioned in the book of Revelations, the 13th chapter, 16th verse, and other verses, you're making a covenant with the heathen, which is the so-called white man is a heathen. Okay. He's not the real Jews. You so-called Negroes, you're the real Jews. And that letter J, you know, we know, of course, didn't come to the 15th century. Okay. All right. So it's Yahweh in the Lashon Kodash. Okay. The Holy Tongue in the Hebrew. That's what the name of you so-called black men and black women. That's the name that Yahweh hath given you through his son, Yahweh Shai. "Let us go make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow." Yeah, and that's the same thing that's going to happen now. You know, you got a lot of sellouts. You know, you got dudes that sold out. You know, I'm talking about certain Israelites, call themselves Israelite camps, that are sold out and made a covenant with the heathen that are round about, because the heathen are round about us. Isn't the so-called white man round about us? Aren't we found in his hands? Okay. All right. Isn't the government ran by the so-called white man, Esau? Okay. That's his biblical name, by the way. In the Hebrew is Ishashua. He's wasted away as he. He has no melanin or pigmentation. He's red. His blood shows forth through his skin. He's translucent, like the Apostle Tahar likes to say. Okay. You know, so yeah, man. Yeah. Times is hard on the boulevard, right? You know, times is hard on the boulevard. So you have certain Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which is specifically talking about the Jews, so-called black man, black woman. Okay. Hey, listen, they sold out, whether it be these Christian churches, whatever these so-called black politicians, actors, actresses, it's all the same thing. They made a covenant with the heathen because shit is bad, You so-called Negroes catching bad times, okay, according to prophecy. All right. So this device pleased them well. Then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen. You see? And that's, that's so, you have sellouts amongst, the One West camps, the One West Israelite camps, so this is the thing that we're not to do. This is for what was written aforetime was written for our learning. Okay. Whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem according to the customs of the heathen, and made themselves uncircumcised, and forsook the holy covenant, and joined themselves to the heathen, and were sold to do mischief. Yeah, so, when the RFID chip comes, which is the mark of the beast, which is the charagma in the Greek, that's what the word mark in the Greek is. It derives from the Greek word charagma. Okay, so which is that RFID chip? It's going to be what? Hey, man, they're going to make that covenant with the heathen to take that RFID chip, because shit going to get bad, man. It's going to get bad out here in these streets in America and all over the world, but mainly here in America. This is what not to be. Okay, the elect is not going to make a covenant with the fucking heathen, man. Okay. All right. We don't want to make a covenant with the goddamn, the so-called white man. The elect is not going to make a covenant with the so-called white man. We ain't going to make no agreement. The elect is not going to make no agreement. Okay. To take that RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast. Okay. We've been edified. And with that, shalom.